Hi everyone, I'm Terry at Rustic Barn Cards. Welcome. Today is Quick Tip Monday, December 7th, 2020. And today I'm going to talk about the acetate card boxes that are in your annual catalog. And I'm going to decorate them and add something inside to make them a little extra special. And I have 5 grandchildren, so I'm going to be using the stamp set, A Grand Kid. And I'm going to be making things to send to my grandchildren. And I have 4 granddaughters and 1 grandson from the ages of 9 months to 18. So that's quite a range. So I hope you'll get some ideas. Even if you don't have a grandkid stamp set, I am using a couple other stamp sets. And you can use any stamp set decorating the boxes. Before I turn the camera down, I want to share with you this sale that's going on. So starting Tuesday, December 8th, Stampin' Up! Is having a giant sale, a closeout. And it's going to be items from the August through December mini catalog. And there is a list of items that are on, I guess it'd help if I turned it around, but you probably can't read it anyway. But I have a list on my blog. So if you look down below where it says show more, you can click on my blog and you can download, print the PDF of all the items that are going to be on sale beginning December 8th, and it runs through January 4th, 2021. But of course, when the product is gone, it's gone. So if you're going to place an order, I would do that December 8th or as soon as you can, so you don't lose out on not having the item that you want. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. So if you like this video, click the subscribe button down below. I post on Monday quick tips. Although the last Monday of the month, I usually post a video about paper pumpkin. And then on Thursdays, I share cards and stamping tips and techniques with you. So I hope you'll join me and come along on my journey. Let me turn the camera down and let's start stamping. So I'm using the acetate card boxes, and you'll find this in the annual catalog on page 152, and you'll receive 10 clear boxes for $7. So I'm going to send these boxes to my grandchildren. You could make these for your own children, for family members. It could be for anyone. I will be using mainly the A Grand Kid stamp set, and it has lots of sentiments for grandchildren, but also other things like happy birthday, congratulations, so proud of you. So there are some sentiments you can use in general. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to decorate this. I'm going to show you how to open it and put it together. We're going to make a belly band. And I'm also going to add something extra inside to kind of give it a little extra delight when the recipient opens it. So I'm going to make one together. I'm going to show you. And then I have 2 others that are different that I'm going to share with you if you stay with me till the end. So for this first project, I'm going to need real red ink. And then this ribbon comes in the Playful Pets suite. And I will be using this label die. It's from the Celebration Label Dies, and it's the 3rd from the largest. And also the embossing folder. I think it's Winter Snow. And then you'll need Mossy Green cardstock cut at 4.5 by 5.5. And then a Whisper White strip, 4 1/8 by 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to be using DSP, but I'm just going to be cutting out this little dog, and I can do that with my Playful Pet dies. There is a die that you can stamp the dog and on cardstock and die cut it out, but you can also, it will also fit right here on the DSP, the little schnauzer, and that's what I'm going to do for this project. First thing I'm going to do is to stamp my sentiment. It's the only stamping that I have to do. Open up the Real Red and Best Grandkid Ever. And I'll stamp that right in the middle. There we go. Now when I clean my stamps, I have a chamois. So I take my stamp and I just wipe it right on the chamois. And the chamois is, you wet it, get it damp and squeeze it out, and it works great. And then I forgot to show you one of the most important pieces that we need, and that is a DSP 11 inches long by 2 inches. So this is what's going to make that little band that goes around the clear box. So 11 inches by 2 inches. And I'm going to be using with the Real Red and the Mossy Green and Shaded Spruce, the stripes. So the first thing I'm going to do, or the next thing I'm going to do, is that I'm going to go ahead and put my Mossy Green in the folder and run it through the Stampin' Cut emboss machine. And what I like about this, plate 1, plate 2 says, do not use with embossing folders. So I will not use that. And right here it shows me how to use with standard embossing folder 1, 3, and 3. So I put 1, 3, and this is a standard embossing folder. Make sure that the edge that doesn't open goes in the machine first, and lay my plate on top, and then hang on to the top and just roll it through. And there we go. Let me get this out of the way. So actually I'm going to need the cut and emboss machine in just a few minutes, but I'm going to take this and bring in my labels die, and I'm going to lay this on here, and I'm going to go ahead and run it through the cut and emboss machine. So remember, I had taken the plate 2 out, but you use this with thin dies, and I'm going to be using a thin die. So I'm going to be using plate 1, plate 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 3. So put plate 3, and then I will put my cardstock and the die, and I'll go ahead and run this through. And this is what we have. So I'm going to lay that aside. I'm going to die cut the dog out, and I've already done that. So I have that piece. I'm not sure why I was telling you all the materials that we needed, because I kept forgetting some. We also need some vellum, and we're going to be using a celebration die next to the largest. So this one is a third from the largest, and this is next from the largest. So I'm going to lay this right here and run it through the machine. So again, we need 1, 2, 3, and then our vellum and our die. But when you cut on vellum, when you use the cut and emboss machine, I like to place a piece of cardstock over the top. I just think it kind of protects the vellum. I should have gotten just a little bit larger, but I think this will work. All right. go ahead and crank it through. That noise is just fine. And there is our vellum that we're going to need. So we have everything that we need. So let me show you how to open the boxes because they come to you flat. So what I do is just put my hand and I just kind of try to squeeze on the side like this, and then it opens up. Then at the top, there's two places where it will fold. So I fold on the top, and if it helps to fold back and then kind of go forward. Then you have two tabs right here. So just go ahead and fold those in and then back out. Then turn it over on the other side and again fold it over. And fold those tabs in and back out. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a little slit at the top. So when you close this, it will catch and hold it in place. So I'm going to leave these ends open until the end, but what I wanted to show you is this is where I would close it. So this is going to be the back. So think of it where when you're going to go open it, that's the back. So I'm going to turn it over, and this will be the front. So you can put, you'll see later that I have, for one of the granddaughters, she likes fuzzy socks, so I have that in here for her. But this, and then I have some candy in for another one. So when you go to make your belly band to go around your card box, you want to have something in it. And so I suggest that you put in there what you're going to give, and then it's already taken care of and you have the right, everything, you know it will fit and everything. But the little extra that I'm going to add, that little extra delight for the recipient when they receive it, are some lights. So this light came from Target, and this one came from Walmart, and I don't have any stock in any of those two. The only difference, they both work just fine. They both work on battery. The one from Target takes two AA batteries. The one from Walmart takes 3 AA batteries, and they cost about the same. So the only difference is the one from Target, the base, put the batteries in, is smaller. So it might fit better as far as, trying to hide it. So I have the lights and the batteries inside the box, and then I have another one I'm going to show you that I have the lights are in but not the box, so you can decide which you like the best. So I have one that I've already added some candy and the battery, and then I'm going to cover this up with the decorations I'm going to do. But I want to go ahead and turn this on, and I'm going to mail these. I'm going to mail 2 of them to people grandkids that live a little farther away. So if I use my take your pick tool, I think I can go in here and maybe the other edge, we'll see. And I can turn it on. And also this has a timer, so you can either have it to be on all the way, and I think that's what I am going to do. I'm not going to use the timer. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to leave it on all the time. I'm not going to use I'm just going to use it solid. And you do have to have a little patience, and you can also kind of move this around so it's covering up. This will be the back, and we will have this piece covered. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this up. And then those will catch it. And I'm going to turn it over. And so this is what the person that will see. And now we're going to add the belly band. So you want to, actually, you want to lay this. So this is going to be the front, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it over, and that's where this little edge is where you would open it up at. And I'm going to lay it here and take my belly band and lay it like this. So this is the back where you would just open it up right here. And I'm going to line it up so it's kind of in the middle. So I have about the same amount of size, same amount of on each side of the DSP. And then I'm going to hold it with my left hand. And then I'm just going to kind of crease it right here. And then I have a crease. And then I'm going to fold it down and make a nice crease. But when you do this, you want to make sure that your DSP is straight on these edges, so you don't have it like this. Okay, then I'm going to place it back. And have that right there on that edge. And then I can just press along here, and it can just be, just lightly is fine. Just as long as when you take it off that you can see that other crease. And then again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure this is lined up. And then I'm going to crease. And if you want to use your bone folder, you can, because that way you can hang on to this, your DSP with one hand, and make a nice crisp edge. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. But you want to put this back on so it fits snugly there, and then come over here, and you're going to press. And you can even, if you're holding it, you can also do both of them at the same time. And you can see that you can see the creases, or I hope you can in the camera. So again, I'm going to crease that a little bit better. Then I'm going to make sure this is lined up on that crease. And again, remember, this is the back. And we'll lay this back over. It should fit nice and snug and be wrapped right around the sides of your card box. And that's why you want to have your items in here. It's easier to do this when you have something in your acetate card box, and then it will fit perfectly if you have what you're going to put in there and send. So I'm going to turn this around, and then I'm going to add a little adhesive. So I'll bring in my Stampin' seal. And bring those together. I'm going to take the dog, I'm going to pop him up with some dimensionals. So I added 4. I'm going to turn, and I'm going to use the dog to cover up that seam. I'm going to put him a little bit to the left. I'm going to add a Playful Pet trinkets. So in here you have hearts, and you have like dog biscuits. So I'm going to get a glue dot, and I'm going to kind of twist that together, that glue dot. So I take your pick, and I'm going to put it on his collar. And then I am going to add a little trinket to his collar. And then I'm going to use the vellum, and I am going to place the vellum. I'm going to over the dog, and then I'm going to attach this. So I'm going to attach the vellum onto the back of my cardstock. So I'm going to adhere this using glue dots. So this is the front of my cardstock. So I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to add glue dots around here. And I'm using my take your pick tool to do this. Now you can actually use the green glue and a sponge, and it won't show, but I don't have to worry about these glue dots showing because this is going to be covered up. So then I want to put the front where I die cut it, or the stitches are there early, and press that down and turn this over, and then this is going to go right over here. Before I attach that piece, I'm going to wrap this ribbon around. And I probably should have put the ribbon on before I added the dog, but I think we can just thread that right through the dimensionals. I'm going to hold this so I can get my ribbon to be even over here. And I want the bow to be on the right-hand side. So I'm going to wrap that around and make a bow. Now we can give it a little haircut. Trim it a little bit. And I think that's twisted, so we will redo that bow. There we go. And that is better. Then I'm going to pull those and make it tight. And you can work with your bow and get it like you want. And then I did go ahead and die cut out a little dog bowl and like some food in there. And this is one of I stamped and then I cut it out, so I'm going to add a dimensional. And we will add this little dog bowl right down there. And now we are ready to, and I think I want my bow just a little bit to the left, so we will just slide it over, which we can do that. And I'm going to trim these off so the Mossy Green cardstock will cover up the ends. And now we're going to adhere this, and then we're going to add our best grandkid ever. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to add dimensionals. If you stay with me to the end, after I show you the other two card boxes that I made and decorated, then I will show you how to insert the candy and the battery operated lights. So I've added dimensionals, and then I'm going to bring this over. So we're kind of making like a little window, a little doggy in the window. Three of my grandchildren live about 40 minutes away, and then the other two live farther. One lives in a different state. So best grandkid ever, and I'm going to pop that up right up here, And then we'll add some embellishments. Bringing those holiday rhinestone basic jewels in. So I'm going to add a couple of the holiday rhinestones. So I'm going to change the tip, and you just turn and then turn again, and you have the spatula side. And you take your pick tool. And maybe I could have went with gold instead of the red, since we already have quite a bit of red, but I think that'll be okay. So here we go, and you can see the lights through there. And if you turn it over, this covers up where the batteries go on the lights. Maybe if I turn a light off, you can see it glow a little bit better. And you could work on placing the lights a few more, on the front so that it shines through. But here is the first one that I wanted to share with you. Let me share two more that I put together for the grandchildren. Before I do that, as I mentioned, we have this big sale starting tomorrow, Tuesday, December 8th, 2020. If you're watching this on December 7th. And the celebration label dies that I used making this is on sale. So regularly it's $35, but starting Tuesday, December 8th through January 4th, 2021, this celebration label dies are on sale for $17.50. So here is the next one. I'll turn the light back on, but I wanted you to see how pretty it is with the lights off. So I'm going to put these in stockings, so when they take them out of their stockings, then the lights will be on. So here I have a granddaughter who likes fuzzy socks. So a couple pairs of fuzzy socks in here. Again, you can see just a little bit. I could move this up a little, the battery pack here, but mostly it's covered up. I added some candy canes, lights on the back, also lights on the front. I used those label dies, and I used shaded spruce. I also embossed it with snowflakes and the designer series paper, 2 inches by 11. And the designer series paper that I used is called In Good Taste, and it is in the annual catalog. And then I stamped Merry Christmas to an extraordinary granddaughter. And again, to an extraordinary granddaughter is from a grandkid stamp set. And the Merry Christmas is from another set that I had. And I used the rectangle dies to cut those out. And I stamped 2 goats from the Way to Goat stamp set, and I've just started using this stamp set and having some fun with it. So I stamped them and used blends to color them, and then I just hand cut them out, and I pop them up. This ribbon here, this is going to be on sale starting December 8th through January 4th of the closeout sale, and it's the wonder of the season, and it's a ribbon combo pack. So it is 50% off on page 31. So you receive the shaded spruce satin ribbon as well as 5 yards of gold cord. So here is another example. Let me show you the third one. This next one I'm going to show you, I do not have the battery pack inside. So for this one, I have the battery pack out, and I think I can just put it right in the stocking, and that will be fine. And I used the little gnomes for the holidays, and the DSP is from the mini catalog, Trimming the Tree, or Trimming the Town, excuse me, Trimming the Town Designer Series paper, and it is on sale for 10% off right now. Well, not till tomorrow, sorry. And then I used metallic mesh ribbon, and I went ahead and used the smallest celebration label die, and then I used Old World embossing folder to kind of make it look kind of like tree bark when I put the little house up against it. And then I stamped from the Grandkid stamp set, So Smart, So Fun, So Sweet, and So Wonderful. And I could have also stamped Merry Christmas down here. I kind of tried to make this look like snow and this the sky. And so then I can just either wrap this or put it in a stocking, and it'll be all lit up when they open it. So those are 3 ideas using the acetate clear boxes, the card boxes. And of course, you could always make a belly band, and also, now this one is a belly band here, but then I want to kind of cover it up, didn't I? But you can make all occasion cards and put them in an acetate box and go ahead and make a band. And then these just slide right off, and then you can just put them right on. So I hope this gives you some ideas, and I hope you like the little extra with the lights. It kind of makes it fun. And now I'm going to show you, because it does take a little patience to add the lights in there along with the gift. Before I do that, though, I would love for you to leave me a comment below. Do you like the gnomes, the goat, or the dog the best? Which design do you like the best? And if you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. Just click that subscribe button down below. And I thank you to those of you that have been sharing my videos. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I put batteries in this pack, and I have my lights, and you can get multi-color like this is, or just clear or white. And you want to leave both ends open. Looks like it's picked up some glue that I had or something. Okay, so again, so this is this flap here. This is where you're going to put things in. So I want this to be the front. So the part showing toward me is the back. And then I'm going to lay these, so when I turn it over, this will be the front. So you see that when this folds down, then this is the smooth edge. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put some candy in. If you do candy, probably, you know, flat ones will work the best. And I can put some candy canes. All right, so we are going to kind of find the end. And of course, this is the back, but we want to put some of the lights in the back. So we just kind of push them in there. And then reach in with your other hand and kind of grab and kind of pull them across. It takes a little bit of patience, and you can add some more in the back if you like. Then I'm going to turn it over, turn the box over. I'm going to move this over here. And now I want to make sure that I have lights on the top, which will be facing person that opens it. So I'm just going to kind of reach in there and pull. And then kind of spread the lights around. And it's just basically kind of what you do. And then if you have some more room, you can, you know, add another item, whatever you decide. And then go ahead and close it up. And then those little slits will catch. And then again, if I'm going to leave, you can either add this or leave it out. And if you decide to leave it out, I'm just going to put that little cord right through that little slit. I think it came out there. Let's see. There we go. Make sure it's in there. There we go. And there you go. And then you're ready to add your belly band and decorate. I hope you've enjoyed this Quick Tip Monday and this video. Thank you for watching and have a great week.